What's up? What's happening? Welcome to the entry point.
Welcome. Bear Nose once again. Playoff time.
Got Louisville in the background over here. Just came on, just tipped off. We're hanging out at Bear Nose like we always do. You know, drinking, talking about these games.
Big time games.
Burning up Fosterdamus about last week.
Bad week.
I'm gonna give you starting right now, 15 seconds.
Listen.
Apologize.
I'm sorry for my homerism, but Indy should have been in the end zone twice, period. You're well aware of that if you watch the game, I'm sure. 2, I took the Skins. They're up 14-0. What happens? Oh, Mike Shanahan gets complacent. That's what happened. Maybe Griffin's hurt, maybe he's not. Run the ball with Alfred Morris. Whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. I don't think anybody wants to see Seattle.
What happened to the Red Rocket then?
Red Rocket ran into Arian Foster. Yeah, he's in the back. Red Rocket ran into Foster, and guess what? When you run into Foster like Adamus, you're in trouble.
That was bad. So he took Cincy plus 4.5. The final score was 13-19. Missed that one by 6. Green Bay did cover. They covered by more than 6. They covered by 6.5. 10-24 final score. So that was your one lone win.
Roger that, right?
You know.
Go Pack! Packers Jeff!
The Colts were plus 6.5. You also said take the money line. They lost 9-24.
Well, Bruce Arians
money line didn't work out.
Money line didn't work out. Bruce Arians was not in the building. He was in the hospital actually. So I'll give it a little bit there and a little bit to a young team. But yet these guys are coming back and they'll be better than ever, I promise.
And I want to give a lot to the fact that Robert Griffin III got hurt late in that game, which also caused them to not have a chance on covering for you. And you know, that was a huge injury that you really don't want. And that field will never be that bad again.
No, never, ever.
That's been such a big deal now at this point that you ain't gonna have to worry about that. But
no, the field will be great. Might be turf by next year.
Let's just hope that RG3 comes back stronger and better than ever, like my boy AP did.
Well, surgery today on ACL and LCL. So it's RG3. Prayers are with you. Let's go. Let's get this done. Get back healthy.
You did give him the championship for the NCAA, though.
I gave him Roll Tide Bama. That was easy.
They beat the spread by 18 points.
Well, it was Roll Tide Bama. It didn't.
They beat the spread by 18 points.
Notre Dame almost lost to Pittsburgh. They do have a football team. College, and Purdue. So that was easy.
Yeah. So that sums it up for last week as far as Fosterdamus went. We're not going to do the Stump the Damus this week. We might bring that back. That was fun. And but we might bring that back next week. We didn't really take the time to do any Stump the Damus questions. I didn't. So
well, whatever.
We're going to move on to this week's playoffs because that's where the money's at. Fosterdamus is about to make that record a whole lot better.
Here you go.
All right.
Let's break them down, Mr. Keenan.
We got Ravens at the Broncos. Broncos minus 10. I don't know. I like the Broncos. Do I like them enough to cover?
Broncos, 10-point favorites. Fosterdamus has got the jersey on. I mean, what do you think? I mean, look at the numbers, Mr. Keenan. They don't lie. I believe Peyton Manning has won the last 9 meetings versus the Ravens himself. 9 in a row. Ray Lewis, last week you got to dance twice against the Colts. You busted your nut. Joe Flacco, you're not very good. Let's figure it out. Ray Rice is the only way they had a chance in hell to win that game. And he coughed it up twice against the Colts. I venture to say he might have a similar performance versus the number 5 defense in the league. And Jesus at the helm and Peyton Manning.
So the Ravens have no chance.
The Ravens have no chance. The numbers don't lie. Peyton finishes with the number
37 touchdowns.
37 TDs, which is the top 5. Top 5.
Yep. First in the NFL in completion percentage.
Thank you, Demaryius Thomas. Thank you, Eric Decker.
Second in passer rating at 105.8.
105.8. Sounds like a radio station. It's so high. Are you kidding me? It's Peyton Manning.
And Bryce Brown.
The O-line. You slipped up, man. You told me Peyton wouldn't do it.
Oops.
I mean, oops, Bryce. But I hope you'll cheer the soon-to-be reigning MVP and comeback player of the year and Super Bowl MVP
I got
on
your score.
to victory.
You got the score 34-17 That means the Broncos will cover as far as Fosterdamus
Well,
is concerned.
that's week 15. That's actually week 15.
Oh, that was the final score?
Yeah, that was the final score at
You
Baltimore.
got a prediction for this game?
I got a great prediction for this game. 34-7 Broncos.
Ooh, I think it's going to be a blowout.
Big
It's
cover.
gonna be
Ray Lewis, we loved you. You killed somebody. You sold some cocaine. You won a Super Bowl. Great. It's over. It's over, Ray. Stop dancing. You're done.
Well, Mr. Keenan's prediction is 18-28. It's going to be a push. And, Ravens' defense is going to be studly just as they were last week. They're not going to let down. And Torrey Smith is almost unguardable at times. The dude is so fast, and he doesn't drop the ball. And Flacco has his moments, and if Flacco does rise to the occasion, because he has been to more playoff games than any quarterback as young as himself.
Correct.
So he is not afraid of this situation, and he does not like Peyton either.
No, he doesn't like him.
I do think that Peyton will move on to the championship.
The AFC Championship game for sure.
But I don't know about the cover. That's going to be a tough one. I think that the Ravens got a lot to prove too. So
Broncos cover. Ask Torrey Smith about Champ Bailey after the game.
All right, up next, we got Green Bay at San Fran. San Fran is -3.
Favorites.
I predict the game is Packers win 24-21. So I'll take the Packers and the 3 for sure. Some of the main factors in the game here, though, we got Rodgers versus Kaepernick.
Right.
Kaepernick's first playoff game.
Correct. Yeah.
So, you give it to the old vet too?
Not
the old vet.
Not the old
Now.
vet.
He's
Well,
a vet now.
he's 7 years in the league. He's
Two
a
championships.
wily vet. No, Rodgers got him one.
One.
Rodgers got him one, but it was important. Because here's the thing. Roger, that California boy from Cal, okay, played JUCO ball there before somebody realized how good he was. Grew up a 49ers fan.
Yeah, he was a fan. So.
Big fan. They got pictures of him in Jerry Rice jerseys, okay?
Right.
But that being said, the 49ers have been embarrassed at home this year by Eli Manning. 2-time Super Bowl champion. Where's he at right now? He's sitting at home. He's not hanging out with Peyton. He might watch Peyton play, but he's sitting at home. The same damn thing Kaepernick and Jim Harbaugh will be doing after the Packers come in there and win 34-17. I like the number 34 this week. Packers, big W. James Jones led the NFL 14 touchdowns. Randall Cobb led the team with 968 yards receiving, and yet he missed 5 games. So let's play ball.
I'm going to give you a little stat.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers was the most sacked quarterback in the league this year.
Correct, and Alden Smith is the number one sack leader.
Okay, so
right.
You see where I was going with
I knew where you're going, and guess what?
It's going to be a tough game.
Double team Alden's coming. I'd like to see you get the record. You probably will for in a season if they can count the playoffs, but I'm still going to go and get ready for Roger that
You
to
like
advance.
Clay Matthews. You like the Packers defense.
Uncle Chuck Woodson.
Yeah.
Uncle Chuck Woodson.
Yeah, old man Chuck.
You know, he's ready
He's
to play
still balling
Michigan
hard.
boy, right?
Still balling
Exactly.
hard.
Packers 34-17.
Moving on, Seattle at Atlanta. We got Atlanta -2.5.
Woo!
Seattle.
Bird versus bird. Bird's a word.
Bird's the word. I'm going to take Atlanta in this game. 19-24 is my prediction.
Woo!
So that means I say Atlanta covers. Atlanta's going to cover. It's going to be a close game because, Matt Ryan hasn't got him one yet. He hasn't got him a playoff win yet.
Nope.
And Seattle's defense, Seattle's team is looking a whole lot more mature than what they actually should be
Exactly.
at this point.
Young team.
They're a very young team, and they are playing like the Fab Five. I was watching that the other night. I was just like, man, these guys have no fear.
Exactly, no fear.
They're not intimidated at all.
Here's the thing, Mr. Keenan, and I can agree with that. These guys are playing as a team better than any team right now in the NFL that's played last week. Because they're a wild card team.
Right.
They got in, trying to step it up. Wild card team, Seahawks, Russell Wilson, eating Skittles, Big Marshawn. Show us something. These guys are stepping their game up in a different fashion than we saw coming. Pete Carroll, props to you.
Right.
Here's the big issue with Seattle. Clemens out indefinitely with a knee. Bruce Irving, the rookie who leads all rookies in sacks, has to come in and start this game and play through. With that being said, the spread is 2.5 in the favor of Atlanta. Mark my word, they're not scared. The Dirty Bird can't win a home game in the playoffs. Seattle money line, I'll buy you dinner if I'm wrong.
That's messed up because so you're saying this will be Tony Gonzalez's last football game.
Tony G's last game. Hey, let's say goodbye to the Wildly Vets. Bye Ray Lewis. Bye Tony G. Although I think Tony G will have a great game.
I think Tony G
has a great game. He might come back. You never know. He's a specimen.
Dude, he's really did he lead the league for tight ends and touchdowns?
No, receptions.
Reception. Dude, he ain't missing a beat.
Tony G.
He's still dunking.
Wildly Bet.
That's nice. All right, so the last game we got coming up here is going to be Houston at New England, a very big spread. We got New England -9 in that game. My prediction is New England covers 18-31. That's my final score. Fosterdamus, what do you think? You think Arian Foster gets loose?
Here's the thing, and it's funny to look at this. Because look at the larger spreads in the AFC, the smaller spreads in the NFC.
Right.
So if that tells you anything at all, guys, there's a stronger sense of power in the AFC and the NFL right now. And it has been that way for quite a while, even though you see the Packers win a Super Bowl, you see the Giants win a Super Bowl, you see New Orleans win a Super Bowl.
A lot of those teams came in as wild
cards. All wild. With that being said, and you look at this 9.5-point spread, you've got the 3-time Super Bowl MVP Tom Brady versus Matt Schaub's 1 playoff win and Arian Foster. I look for Houston to keep it close. Give me Houston in the points simply because J.J. Watt had an awful game the first time they met, and I really don't see him having that bad of a game this time around.
It's hard to touch Brady without getting that yellow on the field.
It is.
You can't really touch
You can't
that
even
guy.
look. Don't even look at Brady's old lady either. Don't even look at her. Get the flag. Giselle, bam, personal foul. Looking at my chick.
Cool with that because everybody looks at her. I mean, come on, she's like #1 supermodel in the world.
Pretty delicious. Why are you dating Tom Brady?
That. Well, because he's got 3 Super Bowls.
That's cool, and he's the enigma of Tom Brady. Because everybody else that's good in sports, guys realize it. Everybody else good in sports is some kind of ugly.
Yeah, and the thing is
some kind of ugly. They're ugly people. Brady's an enigma.
Here we go. I got a comparison for Tom Brady. Tom Brady, you are the NFL's version of Justin Bieber. All right? You get girls way too hot for you, and you try to do all this with your hair and everything to make yourself a statement, and you try to play it cool, calm, and collective whenever everybody knows you talk shit.
They know it. I hear your mouth. But here's what I'm saying. Everybody that's successful other than you is ugly. Here's what I'm saying. Look at like Teddy Bridgewater from The Ville. The guy looks like Biggie Smalls from the nose up. Congratulations, Bill, by the way. Let's cheers on that. Florida who? Refill. Ugly people. Peyton Manning, my goodness, I love you to death, my favorite player of all time. But if you don't have a 7 head, I don't know who does. Biggest forehead I've ever seen in my life. Ergo, John Elway, his GM, ugly as hell. 2 Super Bowl back-to-back winners. They made the Broncos mascot become John Elway's teeth because they are horse teeth. He is so hideous and ugly. Ugly people succeed. LeBron, you are ugly, huge gorilla. Winner. Boom. Tim Duncan, why does your head look like that? Ugly. Winner. Great athletes, except Tom Brady, the enigma, are ugly. So if you're ugly, and you're a little kid and you're watching, you're ugly. Stay ugly. Go to school, get good grades, and play sports. If you're ugly, you're destined to be great.
That must be why I'm who I am today and not so crazy.
Because he's so pretty. He's so pretty.
Give me a final score of that game.
Final score of that game? I said the Texans would cover at the 9 to 9.5, whatever you're getting at, whatever it's going to be. So your final score for the Pats and the Texans game, I'm going to go with 28-17 Pats.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, Fosterdamus has just flip-flopped.
Hold on, timeout. I gotta fix
That is
this.
an 11-point victory for the Patriots, and he just said they covered.
Okay. This is talking a little bit.
Who you got? Who you got? Who you got in the spread?
28-21.
You got 21.
Patriots in the game.
All
Take
right.
them the money. Take the money line, Pats. They're not going to lose the game at home. They're not going to lose the game. You will see a valiant effort, but Houston's defense, as far as their secondary, is in the bottom half of the league.
Right.
And you got Brady,
Pass defense is horrible.
Gronk's coming to see you.
Houston's pass defense
Hernandez is
horrible.
coming to see you. Welker, anybody else, Edelman, some other turd they want to throw out there that just ends up blowing up. Brandon
You never
Lloyd,
know.
everybody.
Yep.
They've got all kinds of squad members. Belichick, one of the best ever to do it. I hate him, like Phil Rivers. Hate you, but you're great. But Phil Rivers, you're not great. I hope you're not even in San Diego next year. I want the coaching job. So, get him out.
Thank you all for watching. We love y'all. This is
Football.
the entry point.
Entry
We
point.
love football. We got this for you. You all enjoy it and win and have fun. Enjoy the playoffs because this is what it's about, NFL football.
Keep watching NFL football, and we might have something soon coming for you. Real nice.
Bear nose.